Hello, John here again. I thought I would do a couple of unboxing videos because I've had a load of stuff just recently. So I thought I'd start off with this. Now this I did not pay for. What I've done is an eBayer called RetroMarky was looking for a BBC because his BBC had broke, and I was looking for a Commodore 64 test machine. It turned out that RetroMarky had a second Commodore 64 test machine, and I had quite a few BBC micros. So we did a bit of a swap. So I swapped one of my model issue 7 BBC micros, and he swapped me with this. Now I've took it out of its box because I wanted to know what it was, but this is as far as I've got. So shall we have a look inside? So as you can see, it's just a test machine. It doesn't have to be the best looking gadget in the world. You know, it's all in one piece. It's got a little bit of a gap there, but it's a test machine. What do you expect? And keyboard's not bad for nothing, except for a BBC micro. So let's have a look inside, shall we? There we go. So I'll just leave that like that. And this is what a test machine is all about. Each of the major chips has been socketed. So, and if I look carefully, that's socketed, that is as well, and that, and that, and that. So what I can do in the future is I think what I'll do is I'll get these but 40-pinned versions, and we'll replace the 6502, sorry, the 6510, and we'll replace one of the 6522. So we might replace that one because that goes to the disk drive. We'll also replace one of these. I don't think I'll be able to get 3 into those now, so we might replace that one, which is I think that's the character ROM chip. But the beauty of it is it's 0 insertion. So what you do is you bring it like that, and you can just pull it straight out. Let the keyboard go a bit. Look, pull it straight out. Doesn't destroy the legs or anything. And then when you want to test it, just plonk it in like so, and then push down, and it grips it. So that's where the SID chip would go. So what I'm going to do is, I've got some old machines, so the beauty of it now is this motherboard works. So you can check each chip. So if a bit doesn't work, you know it's not the motherboard, it's the chip that you're trying out. So here's the VIC chip, the PLA, the SID chip, like I say, 6510. I think that's the character ROM, I think that's basic, and that's the kernel. So we could try Jiffy DOS and all that lot in there. So it's a pity I probably won't be able to get one in there to do the basic, but I'm certainly going to put one in there. So I'll get two more of these green ziffs, put one in there, so we can test out 6502 and we can test out the 6522. And to be honest, one of the RAM chips is socketed, so I could get a ZIF socket for that as well, and then we've got a way of testing the RAM out. So thank you, RetroMarky. We will put this under the test in a bit, and we'll see what it does. I'll see you in a bit. Hello, John here. Now, one of my 64s that I've got This one is going to be used in a project that I'm going to do, which you guys will know about soon, but it's still top secret because I'm still getting some bits. But what I was showing you is this is what I get out of it. So let's just line this up, switch her on. Yeah, I've got a bit of a memory issue, and looks like the video's playing up. So I'll just give it a quick, maybe just the connector. But there's something wrong with this 64, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to nick the SID chip out of this. I'm going to put it in the test machine, and then we'll take it from there and see what the test machine looks like. So I'll see you in a minute. Right then, there's the test machine. So I just told you about the SID chip in the other one. Unfortunately, I can't take it out because it's a Series 704 motherboard and it's soldered in, so I've got to desolder in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to just fire it up and we'll see if it works. Got me Dr. 64 cartridge. So we know that the SID chip's not going to work, so we'll just plug this in. Take the, show you why I'm doing it. Take the SD to IEC out. And we'll plug the serial port jack in and the user port. And let's see what happens when we switch her on. Switched her on. There we go. So let's test the keyboard. So far so good. RetroMarky is pretty good at doing this. Test the F1 key, F keys. Excellent. So hit restore. Right, I won't do the joysticks, I ain't got it plugged in. So we know there's a problem with the SID chip because it's not in. And as you can hear, there's no sound coming out of it. So I mean, it says the SID chip's okay, but it did have a fault when we started. So let's do that again. Restore. Now our fault. So it is coming up with it. So we'll take out the Dr. 64 and we'll plug in the SD to IEC and see if it'll play any games. Here we go. There we go. We're in. Switch back on. Right then. Right, let's load this startup, which is FB64. and we use the fast loader. Keyboard, left and right, A to jump. There we go. So this test machine works perfectly. So with that, once I get the ZIF card, ZIF holders for the 40-pin ones, then we'll be able to test all the chips in the machines that I've got, because I've got 7 of them, all in various stages of working or not, and we'll figure out and see if we can make fully working machines or just have spares and repairs. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.